You're about to learn how to cut and sew a stylish pencil skirt with elastic at both sides. This tutorial is made for a plus size queen, but the beauty is this method works for every body size. If you blink, you just might miss the secret that makes this skirt extra comfy and snatched in all the right places. Here are the items you will need: the main fabric, a matching lining, a matching zipper, a matching button, although I later used skirt hook. And of course, you will need elastic. Let's get into it. The first thing you will do is to fold your fabric into two. We will be starting with the front part of the skirt. I've come down by 1 inch from the rough edge. As you can see, this line becomes my starting point. Mind you, this skirt is going to have a waistband of 1.5 inch. That's why my measurement is starting from 1.5. I've taken away that band from this skirt. So the first line you are seeing is 8.5, which is our hip length, and I will proceed by marking our knee length, which is 19.5. The length of the skirt is 37, but I'll be marking 38.5. So we are having extra 1.5 inch, 1 inch for the lower part, the 0.5 to attach the skirt to the band. Our waist is 41.5. I'll be adding 4.5 to it. That gives me 46. 46 divided by 4 plus 1.5 inch sewing allowance, that gives us 13. So I just marked 13. Our hip is 51. We won't be adding anything to it. 51 divided by 4 plus 1.5 sewing allowance, that gives us 14.2. Next is the knee length. So what I will place on the knee length is simply what I marked at the hip line minus 1. You know I marked 14.5 at the hip, right? So I'll minus 1 from it and mark it at the knee length. So I'm just going to connect all the markings together. Then I'll proceed to the hem of the skirt. You know your skirt gets narrower. As it goes down, it becomes narrower. So at the hem, I'm going to take away that point 2 that we have, and I'll be marking 13 inches. At the hip we have 14.2. When it got to the knee, it reduced to 13.2. Then at the end we are just going to be marking 13. Do you understand? So I'm just going to connect it together. This is me trying to confirm my measurement. I'm just going to go ahead and cut. Then I will fold another fabric into two, which is going to be for the back piece. But before then, at the center of the front piece, I will be coming down by 1 inch. But I won't cut it yet. I'm just going to mark it. So I'll come down by 1 inch. I'll get a ruler and slant it all the way to the side of the skirt. And like I said, I won't cut it yet. I only trim off the rough edge. So this is for the back piece. There is an extra 1.5 inch at the center of the back piece. That's one of the differences. That's one of the differences that back piece has when compared to the front piece. It's going to have the side of the skirt is going to be extended by 1 inch because it's going to have darts. I'll connect the darts to the hip line. Whether the band is going to have elastic or not, your skirt is going to have that. Some people use it for the front, but mine works pretty well for me at the back. Some people have it at the front and at the back. So for the back, I trim off the rough edge at the upper part as well. Now I can trim off the center of the front. So I later realized that I marked, I think, almost 14 inches at the waist, so I reduced it. In case at the point of marking you realized what I was saying did not quite match what I marked, it was a mistake. So this is 13 inches. I've reduced it, so I have exactly 13 inches that I said earlier. Please don't be confused. I've cut the lining, and one thing you would notice is that my lining is 1 inch shorter than the main fabric. I have a tutorial where I talked extensively on that. I'll drop the links for you. I've turned the fabric with my lining. This is the center of the back piece. Remember the center has 1 point, it had 1.5 inch. So I believe that I have turned the fabric with 0.5 inch. So I should have 1.1 inch left. So it is that 1 inch that I'm marking right now. So this is the upper part of the back piece. I'll come down by 8 inches. That's where I want the zipper to stop. And at the lower part, I want the slit to be about 18 inches high. So I marked 18 inches. I'll come to the upper part and stitch. When I get to this marking, I will reverse. I'll continue sewing. When I get here, I will reverse my stitching again, and then I'll sew all the way. I won't reverse this place because I'm going to lose it back. I have stitched, as you can see, so I want to stitch my dart. From that stitching, I'll place my client's bust span. Bust span is also known as nipple to nipple. Half of our bust span is 4, so I marked 4. Then on both sides of that 4, I'm going to mark 0.5. I mean, on the left hand side of that 4 inches, I marked 0.5. On the right side, I marked 0.5 inch, and then determine how long you want the dart to be. In my case, I simply measured 5 inches. So I'm just confirming if the 4 inches I marked up is also the same at the length of the dart. I'm going to connect like this, and I'm going to be marking my dart on the other side of the skirt as well. Then I'll go over to my sewing machine and stitch. So this is it. I will open up the zipper allowance and give it a very good press. I am experiencing power outage at the moment. I don't advise that you sew your dresses before ironing, please. But somehow I found a way to give it a good press, and this is what it looks like. And as you can see, I have joined the front and the back piece together. I want to believe you know how to do this. Don't forget to eliminate the sharpness at your hip area. Don't worry, it's not going to reduce. So this is me slitting open where my zipper is going to be. I'll go ahead to the hem of the skirt and open up the slit as well. So as you open it up, when you feel it's not opening again, it means you've gotten to that part where you reverse. Yeah, so you stop. My client didn't want an open slit. She wants it to overlap. So that's the method we would be adopting for this tutorial. So I want the slit to face the left hand side. So it means I'll be stitching where that pin is like this, and it's going to be like this. I'll place my ruler like this, and I'm just going to slant. So the slant is going to stop on where the slit underneath, where the fabric underneath ends. I don't know if you understand. So as you draw it, you are going to feel it with your hand. Like where this one ends, that's where your stitching is going to stop. Just going to stitch like this. I hope you understand what I'm trying to pass across. So I've attached the zipper, and this is what we have. And I later increased the slit to 19 inches. So that's why you can see another marking. I just felt the 18 inches was small. So this is the waistband. I have talked about this in a couple of my tutorial as well, but I'm just going to give a rundown to it again. So usually I just come down by 0.5 inch at the folded part, and then the I will mark my waist measurement plus 1 inch. So that's what I just did. I'll connect like this with a slant. And then usually I like my waistband to be 1.5 inch wide. So I'll mark 4 inches because it's going to be on fold. By the time you fold it, it will be 2 inches. So you are going to hold 0.5 inch on both sides of the band. So you'll be left with 1.5. Yeah, so and you are going to iron your cotton stay on it. I'm just going to secure with my pin. I'm working with mirror Mikado. It's a little slippery, so I'm going to be generous with my pinning. This is my cutting estate. I'm just going to confirm the measurement here, and I'll trim off the excess. This is the 1 inch sewing allowance, so I'm going to connect, then I'll trim off the excess. I have ironed the stay on the waistband, and this is how I will be stitching. Come right here and fold half inch backward like this. You know our waistband has 2 inches sewing allowance, right? When I marked half of the way, I marked 1 inch. That way I had 1 inch on both sides of the skirt. You know it was on fold when I marked 1 inch, right? So I've taken half inch on that other side. It means we are left with 1.5 inch. It's that 1.5 inch that I came to the other side to mark. So I'm going to pin. I hope you understand what I'm saying. I'm going to ensure that my dart is facing the zipper. The two darts will be facing each other. So I have secured with my pin. I'm just going to stitch with half an. You would also notice that the right side of the skirt band is facing the wrong side of my skirt, right? So this is how I like to do it. Going to stitch all around. So in case there's someone who doesn't know how to shape a dress, I'll just do a quick rundown. You place your tape like this. I didn't show that because I assumed you would know it, but let me do a quick rundown. You place your tape like this, and then you mark half of your waist measurement. Whatever allowance you have left, divide it into two. Take half of that on one side and take the other half on the other side. Come over to the hip, place it like this, mark half of your hip measurement. Whatever you have left, share it on the right and on the left side. So at the knee measure, at the knee length, what I did is I minus 3 from what I mark. Okay, let's say my hip is 40 and I mark 20 at the hip side. On my knee length, I'll mark 17. Whatever I have left, I'll share it on both sides. When I get to the hem of my skirt, if it's a long skirt, I usually take away 4 inches from the hem, 3 at the knee, 4 at the hem. But if it is a three-quarter skirt, I can even take 5 inches away from the hem of the skirt. I also have a tutorial on how to cut and sew a corporate skirt. I talked extensively on this in that video. I'll drop the links for you in the description box in case you still don't understand, but I think it's quite explanatory. So we are almost done. That's how to shape your dress. This is the zipper. I've given it a good press, so power has been restored and I've given it a good press, and this is what I have. I hope you understand what I'm doing. If you don't, if you feel you need some sort of clarification, You can leave me comments in the comment section and I would respond to as many questions that you have for me. This is the 1.5 we marked the other time. This is my zipper. Um, we are almost done, guys. This is the last thing we will be doing. Did you notice my elastic is 7 inches long? Yes, so you just fold it into two like this, and then you come up from that stitching that we did initially, come up by about 0.5 inch. Then place your elastic. So the center of the elastic is going to be on directly on the joining you have at the side of your skirt. Then you pin the center of the elastic. Come to, you can start from either the left or the right. Drag the elastic sideways like this. When it has reached its elastic limit, you get your chalk and you mark wherever it stops. So you measure 0.5 inch backward. You know you can't possibly stitch the tip of the elastic, right? You have to stitch by about 0.5 inch. So that's what I marked backward. You are going to stitch the elastic on that 0.5 inch. You do the same on the other side of the elastic. You stretch it. When you are sure it has reached its elastic limit, you mark it, and then from that marking you just go backward by 0.5 inch. Then you go over to your sewing machine and you stitch your elastic on that 0.5 inch marking. Then you repeat this exact process on the other side of your skirt. Now we are just going to close up the waistband. So you come to this side, you fold into two first, and then you fold in by 0.5 inch. Then you stitch like this. You continue folding 0.5 inch inward and you continue stitching. When we were attaching this waistband, the right side of my band was facing the wrong side of my skirt. The reason is that if I stitch on the right side like this, I'll be able to see what I'm stitching. It's going to be straight and it's also going to be neat. It doesn't really matter what it looks like on the inside, but the part people can see is going to be very neat. But if initially we place the right side of the band on the right side of the skirt, we would have had to stitch inside, and then it won't be so neat on the outside. I don't know if you understand what I'm trying to say. Come over to this side that is going to overlap. You fold it like this, and then you fold the tip like this. So a quick one, I would recommend that you pin your waistband all around first. Don't fold in as you are stitching. Pin it all around first. If you fold as you stitch, before you get to the end, it might look longer than the waist of the skirt. So I recommend that you pin all around from the start. So this is what I have, and I'll be using skirt hook like I told you. You can choose to use button. The fabric on top is where your buttonhole will be, and then the one underneath will be where your button will be. So this is what I have done. So you know I stitched straight initially. That's going to guide me as to where to stop the stitching I'm about to do. I'm going to stitch the center of that elastic like this. I'll come over to the other side and stitch the center like this. So this is what I have. Our skirt is ready. Thank you so much for watching, guys. I hope you had a good time with me. Until next time, stay classy, stay creative.